What is this? Do you have any interactions with the president between when he finished the phone call with the vice president, when he gave his remarks to the ellipse? Was that in any way related to the role of vice president? Oh, okay. Did it seem like he was in agreement with your advice? I don't know how to answer that. You know, I didn't stay for his whole speech, and I couldn't hear the speech from being inside the tent. You know, and maybe Pat Philbin's words were prophetic in the sense that I remember at some point Don Jr. was holding a phone. The way he was holding the phone, I thought he was talking to his children. I never saw anybody live stream. Maybe I'm just dating myself. And then all of a sudden, I saw like on the side of his phone, like emojis start to roll up. And he said, happy birthday. Or he said, say happy birthday, Eric. And I started laughing because my birthday was like a week later. I know that Jared and I share the same birthday, different years, obviously, and it was Eric Trump's birthday. I remember I laughed, and I think at some point somebody took a screenshot, somebody wrote an article, like we went to a pre-riot party, some idiotic article that someone had published. Oh, okay. Do you know who's transcribed? This is Hirschman, who worked in the page 196 talking about Jeff Clark. This is White House legal counsel? Wait, hold on. Hirschman. Senior advisor to the president. Does he serve? So what is he a part of? Like, is he part of an office or like a department or? White House senior advisors are senior members of the White House office. Oh, okay. Okay. The office of the White House. So he's a senior advisor here, and then Mark Meadows would be his boss, the chief of staff. Was it call the question? Call the question. Sorry, I couldn't remember the term, and it was just like, what are you talking about? Where are you? And later on, you know, I made fun of Bill Cipollone. Is it Cipollone? Cipollone? And Steve Engel. I said to them, what's up with Kirkland and Ellis? I get you three guys, you know, Jeff Rosen and Bill Barr, and then I get, you know, this lunatic, and you know, others that I all thought had gone through Kirkland and Ellis. I said, you're either a brilliant lawyer or you're in the nut job category. Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, sorry. Fuck me, dude. God damn it. Bro, my time. It's just Kino. I know we're running out of time before you have to leave for a flight, so I'd like to turn it to the Jeffrey Clark story. So rather than me asking you a lot of detailed questions, why don't you just sort of start off with what's your understanding of how Jeffrey Clark came to the president's attention? I don't know who brought him in. Someone said at one point that it was Representative Perry, but I don't know if that's accurate or not. I got a call. I was sitting on a plane flying back from Texas to D.C., and Jeff Rosen called me, and he said, where are you? I said, I'm on a plane. What's up? And he said, when are you going to be back? And I said, in 4 hours. And he's like, it's going to be too late. And I'm like, it's like, what are you talking about? There's a meeting with Jeff Clark. I've never met Jeff Clark. And I said, where? And he said, the Oval. I said, okay, relax. He goes, you've got to get back. So I remember calling Molly. I may have gone even into the bathroom on the plane because at that point, I don't remember if the doors were closed or not. I think barring it being Jeff, I'd say, gee, I wouldn't have answered. I said, Molly, there's a meeting? She said, yes. I said, just stall it until I get there. I'm supposed to land at this time. I landed. I called Molly. I said, okay, I landed, and I came. I flew into Dulles, and I took a car over to the White House. And when I got there, we met. I went up to Pat Cipollone's office. Jeff was there. Rich Donahue was there. Steve Engel, Pat Cipollone, and Pat Philbin. And I got a general discussion as to what Jeff Clark was proposing, and I was like, okay, don't worry about it. This is never happening. What was he proposing? That he become acting attorney general. I lost you guys, by the way. He would become acting attorney general, and I think I had known of the name, that he was some civil person at DOJ dealing with environmental something like that. And we went down to the Oval. I think Philbin was sitting in the far, facing the president. Phil was on the right. And I think it was me, and then Rosen was to my left, and then I remember Steve Engel being all the way on the far end, and Donahue was initially not in the meeting. And Jeff Clark was making a play that he be put in charge of the DOJ and become acting attorney general, and that if he got that, he would take certain steps. At one point, I said to the president, Rich Donahue, he's here, and I don't remember if he suggested that Rich come in, but he said, get Rich to come in. And somebody went out and brought Rich into the meeting, and he sat like in between people on the couch behind. And Jeffrey Clark was proposing that Jeff Rosen be replaced by Jeff Clark, and I thought the proposal was asinine. So I got teased a little bit by Jeff or Rich afterwards that I know they testified before the Senate committee and said Eric was, extremely aggressive, and he's trying to be polite about it. Yeah, it was. I did not think Jeffrey Clark was remotely qualified to become attorney general. And I thought this was like his lifelong dream to have this opportunity. And he was making a pitch. And every time he would get clobbered over the head, he would say call to order. You're the president. It's your decision. You get the chance to make this decision. And you've heard everybody and you can make the determination. And then we jump back in and, we really clobber him. And at one point I remember saying, let me walk you through, Jeff, what you want to do. And I cross-examined him in front of the president as to what his strategy was. And when he finished discussing what he planned on doing, I said, fucking asshole, congratulations. You just admitted your first step or act that you would take as attorney general would be committing a felony and violating Rule 68. You're clearly the right candidate for the job. And it was clear. I mean, everybody was on his case. The guy had never been before a grand jury, let alone having any idea how a criminal case would be prosecuted. And the DOJ people had said that they would quit if he got the role. And it went on for a while. And Jeff would keep coming back and he'd keep trying to get the president to consider it. And the president at the end, he kept on saying, listening to Jeff. And then the second Jeff would call, I forget what term he was using, a call to order or something. And you get, a vote. Was it call the question? Call the question. Sorry, I couldn't remember the term. And he was just like, what are you talking about? Where are you? And later on, I made fun of Bill, Cipollone, and Steve Engel. I said to them, what's up with Kirkland and Ellis? I get you three guys, Jeff Rosen and Bill Barr. And then I get, this lunatic. And, others that had all gone through Kirkland and Ellis, I said, you're either a brilliant lawyer or you're in the nut job category. But I thought Jeff's proposal, Clark's proposal, was nuts. I mean, here's a guy that at a certain point, listen, the best I can tell is the only thing you know about environmental and election challenges is they both start with E. And based on your answers tonight, I'm not even certain that you know that. But he was completely berated at that point, and I can't even tell you where he got it in his head that he should be the acting attorney general. But the president listened, and it was like, I'm not doing this. Did you have an understanding? And I'm sorry, and I remember Cipollone saying, this is a murder-suicide pact. What do you think he meant by that? That doing a deal with Jeff Clark, what Jeff was proposing would be like a mutual destruction. This is crazy. Did you have any understanding of whether Jeff Clark had previous conversations with the president about possibly being appointed as acting attorney general? It was clear, I thought, that they had spoken at some point beforehand, but it's clear that he didn't know Clark well. Hold on. If you're listening to me in the background, if you're not watching the stream, I'm reading this word for word. Okay, this is the deposition word for word. Okay, I'm just reading this straight down. Okay, none of this is improv. I'm not adding anything. Okay, what document is this? This is Hirschman's testimony before the January 6th committee over basically everything that happened. Yeah, but it's clear that he didn't know Clark well. But I really looked at this and thought, this guy is like trying to live out his lifelong dream of becoming attorney general to just come up with this ridiculous idea about how to do it. And his proposal, it was so idiotic about what he was describing that if you understood how a criminal division worked and grand jury processes worked and search warrants, it was completely ridiculous. What was he proposing that he would do if he became acting attorney general? It was seizing machining, confiscating voting machines, and he didn't explain how he was going to do that. I said, you're not going to get a search warrant, right? Why don't you tell me how you're going to get a search warrant, Jeff? It'd be a nice education for me. I said, I've gotten a few in my professional career. Why don't you walk me through how the process works? And I was like, let me guess. You don't have any fucking idea, do you? And I said, so you'd obviously go to the grand jury route, right? You'd obviously have to issue a grand jury subpoena to get a hold of all the equipment, right? And I go, yeah, okay. And then you're going to take it and you're going to hold a press conference and make it all public, right? Yeah. And then you're going to make these articulations, right? And I said, well, did anyone ever explain to you Rule 68, right? And then it deteriorated down to, literally, congratulations. You'd have to be the first attorney general candidate in history that admits the first act as attorney general would be to commit a felony. And then McDonough laced into him. He couldn't even find a grand jury. He didn't even know where it was. And Steve Engel, he was on an island trying to pitch this idea. Do you know whether in advance of that meeting that the president had offered Jeffrey Clark the position of acting attorney general? I don't. I can tell you that it was clear to me Jeffrey Clark was making a run at the president to get a job by pitching something that under scrutiny would have never withstood anything, forgetting that people were saying they would quit. That was kind of almost neither here nor there, since his theory to me never had a chance of going anywhere. Do you recall whether there was any discussion of the Justice Department sending a letter to state officials asking or telling them that there was voter fraud in their states and asking the state legislatures to convene to consider whether sending an alternate slate of electors? I don't remember the exact language. I know that he prepared a letter that he was proposing to send. He wanted to discuss sharing with the president, and I was not shared with the president, and it was not shared with the president. But I know that he had a letter that Rosen, or either before or after, I don't remember, others described as being nuts. Do you remember whether you ever saw the letter? I probably saw it afterwards. I didn't see it before the meeting. You made reference to possible resignations. Can you tell us about that? Jeff and Rich had said that large groups of DOJ, senior people at the DOJ would resign if Jeffrey Clark got appointed acting attorney general. Do you know who? I mean, Rich and Jeff, obviously. I don't remember who else. And Steve Engel as well. I think Steve may have said it in the meeting. I mean, it was clear to me in that meeting that President Trump was not going to appoint Jeffrey Clark as acting AG. He had been, in my view, completely and absolutely humiliated by, Rich was aggressive and the trial lawyer, as I say, mentality, but everybody was really blasting him. Do you recall whether the president ever said anything to Jeffrey Rosen to the effect of, well, you're not going to do anything for me, but this guy, meaning Jeffrey Clark, would? No, I don't recall that. I've been in a lot of meetings and obviously contentious stuff. I don't know if I ever saw any lawyer get more lambasted and get smashed over the head than Jeff Clark did. And he's so out of touch with reality that I remember he was walking out and he turns to Pat Cipollone and he said, "No hard feelings." And I don't remember what Pat said to him. I know we discussed afterwards. If I were them, I would have assigned him to somewhere, the farthest reaches humanly possible, where cell service came every 3 years. I was like, this guy's nuts. Did you say whether you'd resign if Jeffrey Clark was appointed acting attorney general? I don't remember. I might have, but my view was by the time we were done with Jeff Clark, there was no way in the world he was going to get appointed AG. Do you remember? Go ahead. This guy, he got clobbered. You're sitting there with the Office of Legal Counsel, White House Counsel, the acting attorney general, the deputy attorney general, myself, deputy White House counsel. And Jeffrey Clark was not, even in my view, remotely qualified for the position he was seeking, especially for the region he was seeking it. He just had no chance of the world. Do you recall Pat Cipollone said whether he would resign if Jeffrey Clark was appointed acting AG? I don't remember. He may have said that. I just don't remember. Do you remember whether Pat Philbin said he would resign? He may have also said it. It may have been possible at some point. Everyone just said it to make the point. I'm just telling you, I really took this as this nut job is trying to live out his lifelong dream of making himself attorney general. And he figured this is the pathway in. He wasn't expecting what happened in that meeting. He was ill-equipped for it. The beatdown that he took. Okay, what happened after the meeting? What was discussed after the meeting? I stayed back a little bit with the president. He asked me to stay back. We went upstairs to Pat's office, kind of laughed over what happened. He said to me, I think we all need a drink. We had a drink thinking okay, that's the craziest thing in the world. And kind of said, Clark's, the comment that he made to Cipollone about no hard feelings, everything is okay, even though I just tried that stunt. It was okay, this guy needs to be assign him somewhere else on earth if he's staying. And that was it. Why'd the president ask you to stay behind? I don't know. I'd been around him a lot and I think, knew 100% with confirmation that the guy's not qualified and his pitch to you was ridiculous. Tell us more, Mr. Hirschman, about his conduct, the president. Okay, do we need to read any more of this? Tell us more, Mr. Hirschman, about his conduct, the president's during this discussion. I understand that Clark was clobbered. Was the president asking him questions? Was he chiming in? I'm curious if you could tell us more about how he participated in the meeting. I don't remember him participating much. He may have said a throwaway line like people say he's smart or something like that. I don't remember that. I just remember, him getting, I don't know how else to describe it. Jeffrey Clark got his head handed to him, but I don't remember the president reacting except that, at the very end saying, okay, I appreciate you're making this pitch to me and everything else. I'm not going to do it. That was I don't remember what he said in between that, if anything. Jesus. It's okay. We're gonna. We're gonna just. It's so wacky. I'm sorry. Okay, let me just breeze through this real quick. These are Keynote 2, bro. These fucking emails. I'm sorry, but this is the shit that's going on in the White House. And then conservatives are like, this is actually very serious, okay? Democrats are the deep state, by the way. It's like, really? Seriously? Between Laura Ingraham, Tucker Carlson. Sidney Powell's lying, by the way. I caught her. It's insane. Bingo. Happy to explain, but I never want to lower ourselves if we can help it. A redacted Venezuelan affidavit. It's ludicrous. I just heard that Powell claims she's representing herself. This is nuts. This is also absurd. Shame we have to pretend the case has any shot at all. Oh, God. How do you fuck yourself so hard? What's Tucker Carlson's education? Losing a defamation case as a public entity in summary judgment because you are just fucking yourself. You're not even disputing the facts. You've already lost. The complaint seals your case. You don't even need to go to court. Ugh. I guess this isn't really an education. Maybe he just didn't think that they were defaming themselves sorry. Shame we have to pretend the case is any shot at all. She just attacked us again and said on Newsmax that you had a temper tantrum over text. Hi, what's up?
Hey, dude. Oh, just wanted to tell you, I saw that you did another stream thing with Boogie. He's on TRT, and he was trying to claim it was polycythemia vera. I would say about half of people on TRT end up getting polycythemia. It has to do with frequency in which you're injecting. If you're injecting with a once per week frequency, you're pretty much guaranteed to end up getting polycythemia to some degree. Typically, with normal TRT doses between 180 to 200 milligrams per week, and it's especially common with an enthate, you're going to end up getting increased blood volume and platelet count. So, the fact that he's on TRT with half of people getting polycythemia, even if they're not overweight and everything.
Yeah, I think this is what I argued to him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's clearly full of shit. He doesn't have polycythemia vera.
No, he's pretty. Well, I mean, he could, but he's never been told he's had it. So yeah, but.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can put everything together. He's just clearly full of shit. Wasn't it offered to him that if he could prove it, somebody would pay him $50K?
I think it was up to 80K, yeah, if he had evidence of it. So yeah, he's clear.
Yeah, this guy is gonna not provide evidence to get 80K.
Yeah.
If I said I had a purple colored asshole, and somebody would pay me 80K to prove it, I'd take the fucking money.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, take care, dude.
Oh, let me be careful. Bye. Okay. She just attacked us again and said on Newsmax that you had a temper tantrum over texts. This is to Tucker, I think. Maybe not best to continue engaging, but we drew first blood, so we were in it. Should you show the texts? Isn't this the Emperor's New Clothes idiom in real life? Nutcase. Ooh, I didn't know that. Oh, is the full Carlson? Wait, is this full deposition released somewhere? Exhibit 105, and then this is what the volume. Can I look this up? No shot. X 105, 197, 19, 1984. There's no way this is publicly available. Redacted documents and Dominion Fox News case. Fuck. Whatever. Close enough. Do you tell your audience in that segment, or any others, that you had not seen, that you personally had not seen the evidence that Mr. Lindell referenced on your show? As far as I know, Mike Lindell makes that same claim every single day of the year on his website and any interview that he does. I believe it is universally known by people who know anything about Mike Lindell that he believes this, and so it didn't strike me, it does not strike me now, as a topic that required more comment from me. Ooh, this is a way better answer than some of those other execs and hosts were giving. Okay, I believe you. All right, fine, sure, okay. Maybe you didn't know shit about it. The other people were just like, do you know this was fucking bullshit? And they're like, that's an answer I would give. Do you know this is fucking bullshit? One might say that. Do you know this is fucking bullshit? Yes. Okay. That's a terrible answer. Well, it shows, like, remember, to win the defamation case, you've got to prove actual malice. And this could just show that, well, like, I thought this was like a well-known claim. Like, everybody's like, no, that he said this. Like, it's not like I'm engaging in some crazy defamatory statement. Like, it's better than just like fully copying to everything, right? We cannot have Lindell per management. He was kicked off Twitter for Dominion and election stuff. Why would they say yes to question, do you know X is bullshit? Well, you're answering with as much legal flexibility as can be afforded to you. However, there's discovery, meaning a whole trove of emails is getting turned over. And remember, in a deposition, you're under oath. So if you fucking lie, now you've perjured yourself, and now you've turned your civil bullshit into potentially some criminal bullshit or more civil. So it's not worth it. If they've got big discovery and you're just like outwardly, like, plainly, blatantly fucking lying, it's gonna fuck you. Okay. Carlson team discusses Lindell broadcast. Good morning, all. Mike Lindell was pitched last night. Wait, what the fuck is the... Oh, it's this guy. Oh, I didn't know even the name. I just know it was like the MyPillow CEO guy. Oh, this fucking guy. Oh my God. The MyPillow guy. Good morning, all. Mike Lindell was pitched last night for stores having pulled his product, and Tucker approved it. I see the and Tucker approved it. I see the news this morning that his Twitter has been suspended. I just wanted to flag all of this because is he someone we'd want to have on? Seems like something Tucker could mention in the morning notes, so I wanted to get ahead of it. Lindell seems to have really gone off the deep end. He's definitely crazy, but this will be a big story today. They're trying to completely shut the guy down. I'm going to have a conversation with Raj in the next few minutes. I'll take the temperature there, but for the time being, we should put the brakes on it. Copy. I know there's concern about Lindell being a conspiracy theorist now, but he has bailed us out loads of times when no one else would. I think there's a way we can concentrate on cancel culture rather than his wild claims. Bro, this is such... God, I hate conservatives. God, you guys are disgusting. Maybe we can just talk about trans people for 2 years. And he's also been moving to Newsmax lately. Might be a good business move to signal that we wouldn't desert him. Yeah, I do see the point that more exposure of him also means more people dropping him potentially. And if no one's buying him, he loses money to be able to advertise with us. And then we lose our biggest advertiser. Why would you, Jesus Christ? Why would you say this? Why would you even put, even as a joke, why would you say any of this? What the fuck is he going to say on air? Mike Lindell is crazy, and he's about to get sued by Dominion. What the fuck is he going to say on our air? It was wrong for Tucker to host Mike Lindell to repeat those allegations against Dominion on January 26, 2021, correct? Wrong if he didn't contest it. Good work on I wonder how much the discovery was on this. I'm so curious, like, how many emails they had to go through. This is really well set up. Jesus Christ. Right? So, okay. Would it be wrong for Tucker to host him? Well, if Tucker pushed back, then it's fine. But if he didn't contest it, sure, then it'd be wrong. Subject. From Tessica. Just said he has evidence of fraud and said that he dares Dominion to sue him so that they can all find it out sooner. Connor, can you please pull the full segment? Also, do not think Tucker pushed back on the fraud claims, but we'll rewatch. He didn't, just rapped. Thank you. Bro, it was actual malice in so many different teams. Oh my God. Reckless maniac. Terrible stuff damaging everybody, I fear. Probably hurting us too. Seems chaotic. Talk tomorrow, I hope. Yes, Sean and even Piro agrees. Spoke to Hope. We'll update you tomorrow. Hi, Jerry. Just finished. Claim. On election night around midnight, President Trump was ahead in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and all of a sudden the counting stopped. Incorrect. The brain room is going through this now. Janine dictated it to Tim. It's rife with conspiracy theories and bullshit, and is yet another example of why this woman should never be on live television. This is completely crazy. Hi, Jerry. Here's my part of the script check. Claim. But now come the president's lawyers, pointing to an organized criminal enterprise, a conspiracy by Democrats, especially in cities controlled and corrupted by Democrats. Come the president's lawyers with allegations of a company called Dominion, which started in Venezuela with Cuban money and with the assistance of Smartmatic, they allege are capable, through a backdoor, of flipping votes through software. Come the president's lawyers alleging that American votes in a presidential election are actually counted in foreign countries. Incorrect / cannot confirm. Dominion Voting Systems did not begin in Venezuela. It was founded in Toronto in 2002. A different voting machine firm, Smartmatic, was founded by 3 Venezuelan engineers. Smartmatic has been accused of having close ties to the Venezuelan government. According to Dominion, Smartmatic is one of their fiercest competitors. The only verifiable link between the two companies is that Smartmatic and Dominion both purchased Sequoia Voting Systems, a private U.S. company at different times. Smartmatic sold Sequoia in 2007 after Representative Caroline Maloney raised national security concerns. Dominion purchased certain assets from Sequoia in 2010, which according to Dominion led to Smartmatic suing them. Additionally, Smartmatic was only used in LA County. In this election, according to a company spokesperson, I cannot confirm whether it can be flipped through software. Notice how they all know this. Like, they have the fact checkers behind the scenes. Like, hi, Jerry. My colleague Kellyanne is looking at the first thing you bolded about Dominion. She'll follow up with that fact check. I looked at the rest of the open, including the other bolded parts, and here are the parts I thought could use some additional context / fact checking. Just let me know if you have any questions on this. Claim. Why was there an overnight popping of vote tabulation that cannot be explained? Fact check / context. As noted above in general, these spikes can be easily accounted for, and the timing of the release of large batches of results for big cities like Milwaukee and Detroit, which are always skewed heavily Democratic, they are not evidence of fraud. Andrews to Clark. Janine is just as nuts. Dear Mrs. Powell, Mr. Fitton, and Mr. Dobbs, I was told, you understand that, like, these emails, this is what It's so much projection. This is what conservatives wanted the Podesta emails to be about. This is what conservatives wanted to find with Hunter Biden's emails. Instead, we get the satanic cheese pizza child porn rings for Podesta. And for Hunter Biden, we get the big guy. And for Hillary Clinton's emails on Anthony Weiner's computer, we get, I don't think, anything. Literally nothing. There's nothing. This is what the Republicans are constantly saying. Conservatives are constantly saying this is happening on the other side. Meanwhile, Dear Mrs. Powell, Mr. Fitton, and Mr. Dobbs, I was told to email you the following pieces of information. You're probably already aware of voting irregularities in a number of states, which have one common thread: Dominion voting systems. But the monopoly isn't necessarily the issue. It's the software. A piece of code was inserted such that once ballots were fed into the database for tabulation, but 3% of votes for Mr. Trump would automatically switch to Mr. Biden. This was capped at 3% because it was supposedly determined that anything higher than that would raise suspicions. But that 3% would be enough to tip a tight race. Now you, Lou Dobbs, this guy died yesterday apparently, had not seen verifiable, tangible support for any of those claims that I just read. Had you? Had I? No. Hooper, aware of the New York Times fact check. So in doing so, you or someone on the Lou Dobbs team would have clicked all the links in those setting the record straight emails. Fair to say? It's fair to say that we would have gone through these, yes. AP News, fact check. And I don't know when and if I'm going on Lou's show again, let me state what I believe. Biden won the election. I have seen or heard no evidence of fraud. The conspiracy theories put forth by Rudy and Sydney are all bullshit. She's never been near an election or a campaign in her life. Rudy's at least been elected. This is all propaganda and destructive to the political process that I've spent my life participating in. Notice from Ed Rollins. Former White House political director. Advisor had worked with several high-profile Republican campaigns. Sounds like a rhino to me. Sounds like a fucking rhino to me. A traitor. Dobbs and team received notice from Ed Rollins. What the fuck? I want these logs over here. I want this. I want these over here. From Michael Miani. Actually, never mind. Still back to back. Fuck it. I got Fitton and Jason. File attachment with mime type, blah, blah, blah. The Kraken has gone into hiding. Limeo. She's doing LSD and cocaine and heroin and shrooms. From Anne. Agreed, we can decide in the AM. I mean, to keep this alive, we really need Rudy or Sydney. We should be automatically asking for Rudy and Sydney every day. Oof, from Jeff. Breitbart. Trump legal team distances from Sidney Powell. Uh-oh. I knew when she didn't call back that there was an issue. Oh boy. Seems like they're calling bullshit. Is Breitbart calling bullshit before? Or no, do they mean the Trump campaign maybe is calling bullshit? Like, I honestly don't know what she's thinking or doing. Or why. Could be losing her mind, LOL. Still doesn't make sense. I just don't think she's verifying anything that she's saying. Did the fact that all of Miss Powell's lawsuits were dismissed and that court after court had noted that she had failed to provide the court with factual support for her extraordinary claims affect her credibility or reliability in your eyes? Yes, I think. From Jeff Field to Lou Dobbs. Not sure if Sydney comes through or not. Her Kraken cases were all dismissed. Do you remember the Kraken? It was supposed to be this godly, like, combined lawsuit thing that was going to, like, save the elections in the U.S. And instead, it ended up being a bunch of suits with, like, listen, by the way, we're just alleging massive something happened. We don't want to use the word fraud because we actually don't have any evidence for anything. And can you, like, throw out the vote for this state, please? And it's like, ma'am, you're trying to challenge the Pennsylvania election, and you're not even in the right state right now. Okay, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. There's, like, no idea. They're filing suits in, like, district courts. And bro, this shit was retarded. With a capital W, okay? Jesus. We have a warning to the mainstream media. Oh, from Sidney Powell to Lou Dobbs. We have a warning to the mainstream media. You have purposely sided with the forces that are trying to overthrow the U.S. system. These 4 people and their collaborators executed an electoral 9/11 against the United States with the cooperation and collusion of the media and the Democrat Party and China. It is a cyber Pearl Harbor. Subject line, here you go. She was channeling her inner Fink on this one. Can you link this? Yeah, it's just the... Jesus. Lou's wife just sent this to Eric and Alex. I think it's from Sydney. And it looks like she might be making these claims on the show. I don't have any evidence. I don't know what her evidence is. I told Alex to make sure Lou pushes on the veracity of this. I find it odd that she claims to have this evidence, but her cases are being thrown out. I just wanted to send to you so you weren't surprised at what happens. I had reservations about putting it on air. I hadn't had time to look into the document, honestly. Oh, no. And then Lou Dobbs tweets it. I can't do this. I can't lay this on a video. I just don't have the skills, the time, the inclination, whatever. But, like, so you have Donald Trump making crazy claims. He knows they're probably bullshit because everyone around him is saying they're bullshit. Because Sidney Powell is making the crazy claims. She goes to Fox News and she makes the crazy claims. Lou Dobbs, every producer, every director, everyone at Fox News knows that the claims are bullshit. Not only is Sidney Powell going onto Fox News and making crazy claims, while they all know that they're crazy, both the hosts and the producers, the hosts themselves are retweeting the crazy claims. Like, what the fuck? That's too good of a line to not. That's a good 3 line. I gotta have that one in there. Yeah, we gotta have that one in there. What page is this? Page 128. This is literal mafia shit. It's projection, bro. This is what the conservatives are all saying that the Democrats are doing, right? It's so unhinged. Question. The tweet states, the 2020 election is a cyber Pearl Harbor. The left-wing establishment have aligned their forces to overthrow the United States government. Hashtag MAGA. Hashtag America First. Hashtag Dobbs. Correct? Correct. Cyber Pearl Harbor. Sidney Powell reveals groundbreaking new evidence indicating our presidential election came under massive. Why aren't you taking notes? Because I don't need to write all. I already have like this section of my thing for the bullshit of all of this. I don't need any more notes. I just wanted to read this because it's just fucking hilarious. It's unhinged. It's insane. These are the people that we have to pretend are serious people. These are serious people. Okay. All of these people are very serious and are here to tell you how the Democrats are destroying the country. Okay. And you have to take them seriously. You have to treat them with the same level of seriousness. In the moments after your 5 o'clock broadcast on December 10th, were you, Lou Dobbs, concerned that Sidney Powell had failed once again to meet the expectation of providing evidence to support her claims. I was disappointed, yes. Sean Hannity. I was just asking who else you considered in that group, sir. Just names of the people that you would consider to be fucking lunatics at that point. Just the people that were... Anybody that was involved in pushing that whole narrative that Sydney was pushing, I did not believe it for 1 second. So when she told you that because eyewitnesses to the vote rigging by Dominion were people who actually were threatened or in fear of something happening to them, and that's why they refused to give evidence, did you become even more skeptical of Sidney Powell because of that explanation? Oh no. Are we about to see slides where Sean Hannity repeats this or platforms this completely uncritically? That was the nail in the coffin for me. Sir, I think you testified when she said that to you on your radio show that afternoon, that was the nail in the coffin for you, right? For me, it was, yes. I felt like there was never going to be forthcoming evidence. And with that knowledge, you brought her on your show to make those same allegations on your Fox News primetime show, right? I thought it was beyond newsworthy because she had never said that. Powell would not produce... she never said that she wouldn't produce evidence publicly that I'm aware of prior to that. And you brought her on to talk both about the president's pardon of Michael Flynn and about her election fraud allegations, right? I knew I would hit both topics. She was on my radio show earlier in that day as well, sir. So the short answer is yes, you knew that when she came on your show that night, she was going to talk about her Dominion allegations. The short answer is I knew I would ask her about that. Yes, sir. Respecting this audience, whether we agree or not, is critical. Fox has spent the month spitting on them. Right. Our best minutes from last week were on the voting irregularities. Wait, I don't know if this is... Oh, no, I think this is serious. They have to focus on the voting. That's true. Yeah, okay. No, he's being serious. Laura is not touching the Dominion story because it started on 8chan. The difference between Tuesday and Wednesday ratings is that we had nothing new and less hard-hitting, in my humble opinion. We need to own the Dominion story. Project Veritas stuff is very interesting. Can we put on Richard Hopkins? Oh, no. And this is on November 12th. When was the radio show? Oh, I don't know if they listed a date for it, but Fox Corp executives were in the chain of command, knew the broadcasts were airing, knew the claims about Dominion were false, allowed the false broadcast to continue. God damn. Damn. Do you think any of this would justify some death sentences being handed out? I don't know what the legal requirement is for treason or whatever. I would imagine that this would count as treason, but I don't know. I don't even know if treason is a criminally defined statute. I don't think anyone's in the U.S. has ever been charged for treason or whatever. So I have no idea. Pivot, but keep the audience who loves and trusts us. We need to make sure they know that we aren't abandoning them and we still champion for them. Thanks. All very true. Lots of sane Fox viewers still believe in Trump. Jack Keane, for instance. Bro, like you get this is like so, oh my God. They own them. They own them. Trump owns Fox. This is from Rupert Murdoch, okay? From Rupert Murdoch. Hope all went well with the move. Exhausting, I suppose. I imagine, I suppose. After you've settled in, let's talk about things. See today's piece in Journal about Newsmax. These people should be watched, if skeptically. Trump will concede eventually, and we should concentrate on Georgia, helping any way we can. We don't want to antagonize Trump further, but Giuliani taken with a large grain of salt. Everything's at stake here. No hurry to call. Oh, it's so brutal. Oh. What newspapers do you read? Wait, hold on. No. I think I was aware that maybe Alan Dershowitz had appeared and probably Rudy Giuliani. You were aware that Rudy Giuliani was appearing on Fox? No, I just assumed he'd be there. Why did you assume that he would be there? Because he liked to appear and he was pushing something. We were just reporting that this is what Trump and his lawyers were saying. They were the ones saying it. Did you actually investigate whether Sidney Powell or Rudy Giuliani was appearing on Fox News? No. You knew that Fox... I knew that about Rudy. This is to Murdoch. I see. What are your newspapers? The Wall Street Journal, the London Times, the New York Post. Those are the only ones I follow. And then Wall Street Journal. President Trump has so far been unwilling to concede to Joe Biden, and his latest argument is that the voting machines must have been rigged, whereas the evidence, strong claims need strong proof, not rumors and innuendo on Twitter. From Rupert Murdoch. Really crazy stuff and damaging. Might even lead to double-digit loss or double loss in Georgia. Is this from Rupert? Is it Murdoch as well? I don't know why. If it's from him, I don't know why it's censored. But is that okay? But where's the evidence? Mediaite.com. Fox News identity crisis. Indulge Trump election conspiracy or reject it and watch its audience flee. Simultaneously, the network's top-rated opinion hosts have continued to entertain the increasingly loony conspiracy theory. The dissonance is blah, blah, blah. So these are papers that he supposedly says he reads, and they're all reporting on this. Nobody wants Trump as an enemy. Why not? Because he had a great following, big following, and you didn't want to do anything to upset him? 75 million people voted for him. How so did Trump's crazy attacks on Fox hurt ratings? Well, we all know that Trump has a big following, and if he says don't watch Fox News, maybe some don't. Do you agree that the nutty right-wing sites like Newsmax have been in cahoots with Trump during this November and December and January timeframe? Oh, yes. Well, what was the opportunity? To establish a news channel. How so? By doing things which he thought would be popular with the Trump core. Like what? Like supporting Trump. Like airing baseless charges of election fraud? Yes. From Rupert Murdoch. Axios report on Trump plan for inauguration, horrible. And Fox News reporting Barr thinking of early retirement plus a Saturday performance, all making it harder for us to straddle the issue. We should talk this through. Very difficult, and we should include Lackland later. No hurry. Jesus. From Ann Diaz to Robert Murdoch. It would have been unthinkable just a few days ago that Fox News would be called upon to explain what represents abuse of power and what is unacceptable in a democracy. Yet, considering how important Fox News has been as a megaphone for Donald Trump, directly or indirectly, I believe the time has come for Fox News, or for you, Lackland to take a stance. It is an existential moment for the nation, and for Fox News as a brand. Oof. Yes, just tell her we've been talking internally, and we intensely, along those lines, and Fox News, which called the election correctly, is pivoting as fast as possible. We have to lead our viewers, which is not as easy as it might seem. The alternate reality machine. Wake-up call for Hannity, who's been privately disgusted by Trump for weeks but was scared to lose viewers. Lachlan? Okay. When did you realize that Mr. Dobbs was an extremist? I guess in 2020. What caused you to think that? Call for Mr. Trump. Could you have suggested at any point to fire Lou Dobbs? Yes. Ooh, what do you think is redacted here? Jesus. Okay. And like, excuse, like it's all, this is here. Like, this is my manifesto, right? You understand this. The whole reason why I'm researching all of this stupid, retarded shit is to show that January 6th happened because of this. The more I think about McConnell's remarks or complaints, the more I agree. Trump insisting on the election being stolen and convincing 25% of Americans was a huge disservice to the country, pretty much a crime, inevitable that it blew up on January 6th. Best we don't mention his name unless essential, and certainly don't support him. We have to respect people of principle, and if it comes to the Senate, don't take sides. I know that he's being over-demonized, but he brought it on himself. What a good statement. January 20th, 2021, from Rupert Murdoch, the owner of a ton of shit, more than just the Fox shit, right? I think he owned, what did it say? Like the Wall Street Journal thing too? Yeah. Fuck. Is there any, this is such a good quote. I need this quote. Where are you reading this? Is this in a court case? This was the, these are some of the depositions for the Dominion voting machine court case against, the Dominion court case against Fox News. This is some of the shit that started to come from that. Okay. Paul Ryan. Conservative movements should move beyond Donald Trump for the sake and health of it and the country. And I think that's in Fox News' interest as well. Fuck me. I gotta sleep. I'm gonna see if there's anything else. I think we're getting sued. Can we pull up all the times where we combated this dangerous rhetoric on our show, please? Can you please find that for us? Is there anything illegal being done here besides defamation? This is a civil suit, so there's no criminal law that's being discussed here. All of this is civil litigation. Fox's proposed jury questions make no sense. Sidney Powell, November 14th. I can hardly wait to put forth all the evidence we've collected on Dominion, starting with the fact that it was created to produce altered voting results in Venezuela for Hugo Chavez. Is she rotting in prison yet? Fox's question to the jury. Did the press report the true fact that the president made those allegations? Wow, Freedom Juice, thanks $100. Scroll to that Tucker quote? Oh, I read it. Okay. Jesus Christ. What was the okay, okay, final quick thing. This is a quick one. What's up, Pisco? Pisco, man, that Hirschman deposition. Oh my God, there's been some wacky stuff. So much wacky stuff. Hey, buddy, when you dip out, can you take us to kin to not kin? Kind, not kin? I don't know what the fuck that even is. The redacted source texted back that Miss Powell won't respond because she has no evidence. Tucker Carlson replied, "Then it's totally shocking to me that she keeps saying that. Seriously." Terrors, too. What's up? Hold on. Chat. This is copyright. Shh. Okay. I can't do it with lyrics. Hold on. Shh. Okay. Okay. Fox is arguing the statements are not defamatory as a matter of law. Bro. Alex Jones did this too, okay? When Donald Trump gets caught, what does he say? He says, "I need criminal immunity." When Alex Jones gets caught, what does he say? He says, "I was experiencing psychosis. I was having psychosis." Who else? When Rudy Giuliani gets caught with Freeman, okay, I lied, but that's my First Amendment right, okay? And when Fox News gets caught, Fox News Network argues that the statements are not defamatory as a matter of law. Fox News Network contends no reasonable viewer would understand that Fox News' coverage and commentary on the Dominion allegations are presenting information that Fox News determined to be true. Instead, Fox News Network asserts that the reasonable viewer would understand that Fox News Network is merely fulfilling its journalistic duty to present newsworthy allegations made by others. I'm just curious why the court partially granted. I'm just looking for that.
Good morning.
Hello? Wait, who's that? Is that Kraut?
Yes.
Oh.
Good morning.
Hi, what's up?
What are you reading?
I want to put together a video on all the election shit basically, and I'm just like rereading a bunch of like old court docs and shit. It's just everything relating to the January 6th stuff and the election and the fake claims made by everybody. It's just like it's just a wild. It's just so like on its face, obviously wild and insane. It's just funny to me. So, this is the summary judgment that was granted to the Dominion Corporation when they filed the defamation suit against Fox News. We're just going to do a bunch of that.
I thought you were reading Project 20. Downloaded that one, and I'm reading it myself actually.
Oh.
Very interesting because I've been talking a lot with Bulgarian friends of mine. It sort of It almost reads like a description of how Viktor Orban came to power and undermined Hungary.
Your mic is cutting out a lot. It keeps cutting up and out.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Ah, wait. Okay, let me just check. Fuck this. Give me a moment. Ugh. I don't understand. It is too high. Yeah, I think the sensitivity is high. Sorry. Okay, should be better now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been reading the Project 2025 a lot, because that's a really scary document, and I believe that people who are like opposed to Trump should be pushing that one as hard as they can, because it's really just a manifesto on how to establish lawlessness, how to completely erode the separations of powers in the state. And I've been talking a lot with Hungarian friends of mine. What's really eerie to them, at least those of them who read it, is that it reads almost exactly like an instruction manual of how Viktor Orban undermined and destroyed Hungarian democracy. And yeah, I've been wondering a lot about that recently, especially since Trump has been seen a lot with Viktor Orban.
Yeah.
What did you do to make so many people mad at you? Like, you praised the shooter or something, or made fun of the victims or something? At least that's what people told me in DMs.
No, I think that I just don't think you should be. I think that you shouldn't be telling everybody they have to like show concern for people that are involved in these types of things when like that political side has been like ratcheting up the fucking violent rhetoric for like 8 years. It's fucking unhinged, and it's stupid for people to act like liberals are the ones that are playing into this.
Okay, that's not a summary. I guess something happened, and I don't know what exactly.
Well, I made those notes just a little bit more pointed, but
I think you are right that like, if anything, the Trump administration has been like spewing bile for like 8 years now. Like literally, I remember in 2016 during the election, you probably remember that where Trump called on his supporters to beat up a Democrat to protest at one of his rallies and stuff like that.
maybe he said he'd cover their court costs or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really have a ground to stand on to condemn violence, and also if you watch the RNC, the absolute tedious, bonkers Trump speech, there is like no end in sight to him continuously riling up the crowd and continuing this active anti-democratic, borderline violent rhetoric. They're not going to learn. They're not going to learn anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to moderate themselves. I hope I'm not interrupting something. I literally just woke up and saw that you were streaming. I'm still drinking my coffee and getting ready to do work.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm gonna finish reading this and go to sleep. It's fucking late for me. I shouldn't even be able to sleep.
So you're writing an anti-Trump manifesto?
Not really. It's really just like following the events of. I just when you talk about Trump, I think there's like 4 things that you should focus on. Like, and I don't like that conservatives have been able to escape these things. So every single debate I have between now and the election is just going to focus on the fact that Donald Trump led an insurrection against the United States. That the Fox News Dominion suit proves that every single major lie that's spread about Donald Trump, everybody behind the scenes knows that they're lying to you, but you are eating it up because you're a retarded fuck conservative, and people behind the scenes know they're lying to you, but they do it anyway. The third one is that Donald Trump is avoiding charges in historic ways that conservatives never have before, by avoiding impeachment, by avoiding the Constitution, by being granted immunity for criminal charges, by pardoning all of his like crony fuck friends. And then the fourth one is that I think people should look to the fact that like people that worked with him in the past, almost none of these people support him anymore. And I think that's important in evaluating a person's character. If like none of your prior people that worked with you would be willing to say that they want to work with you anymore. Yeah.
Give me a moment. I have something swimming in my coffee. I'll be right back. I need to get another cup. Fuck. Okay. So you are You are basically replanning your content until November, so mainly focusing on the election and to cut through the bullshit that comes out of the Trump camp.
Yeah, probably. I'm triggered about it all, so.
And your plan for this is to focus on January 6th and the court cases.
Basically, kind of, yeah.
Okay.
I think that I don't like that. I think that I don't like that. That conservatives haven't been held to account for any of it. Yeah, that's crazy to me. So
I've had conversations with friends of mine about the US election in terms of if I could maybe also make content that sort of is about the US election to a degree, or at least a sort of anti-Trump content, if I could use my platform. I'm not entirely sure how I could do that because, first of all, I'm not an American. And I'm not trying to pander to stereotypes here, but I think I know that Americans really hate it when foreigners tell them what to do. So I'm not.
well, unless you see the right British accent.
Well, I still think it would be somewhat silly if I made a video where I just openly spout out and said, like, okay, you the stupid Yanks, don't vote for Trump. I think that's how it would come across if I made a video like that. What I thought about doing is maybe make a video about Viktor Orban, or detail through how Viktor Orban destroyed Hungarian democracy. Maybe videos on certain topics to collapse of democracy in Germany or in Hungary, and etc., and tie this in to how the similarities are with the Trump movement, because I would fully agree with you, especially in the point that Trump is sort of creating lawlessness, undermining the rule of law. And I am as worried as probably you yourself and a lot of your friends and members of the audience are. So I'm also thinking, having the same thought process, what kind of content can I make that may dissuade the American audience I have from voting for Trump? Yeah. Okay, then, I'm glad to hear that you'll be doing that, and I'll try to do something like that myself as well.
Okay. If anything ever mutual, like in terms of research topics, whatever come up, we can always collaborate. I can shoot you notes or whatever, and yeah, you can shoot me notes.
I will. I mentioned him the last time I jumped onto your stream. I'm really trying to get him to go on a stream with you. Pekka Kalomini, the Finnish guy, who is a research. He works in media research, expert on like Russian disinformation campaigns. But you'll probably schedule that with him as well. The best thing that I can probably do is sort of go through a map on Viktor Orban. I think Viktor Orban is who I'm really going to focus on, because just reading Project 2025, the similarities between what Trump plans to do here, or the Heritage Plantation plans to do here, with what Fidesz did in Hungary, it's just galling. It's very, very, very similar. It's also sort of ignorance of rule of law, avoiding the Constitution, rewriting the Constitution, in fact, to legitimize like what I can only describe as outright criminality. So, yeah, definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, it's pretty wacky. Yeah.
Okay then. Well, I'm going to leave you to do your research.
Okay. I'm going to fucking sleep because I'm fucking tired. It's like
Yeah,
5 hours past my fucking sleeping time. But thanks for stopping by. I love you. Be careful.
Have a good night. See you later at some point.
All right. I love you guys. I'm tired. Fuck me. I got like 2 or 3 hours of sleep last night. I don't know how I fucked myself so hard. Yeah. God damn. Jesus. Okay. All right. I'll publish, I guess, what I have now, but it's all still a work in progress. So. Have fun. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Rip Brandon Cappuccino. Do your dailies? Oh shit. True. Hold on. Natural juice, mainstream, dad, sweat, fluid, burst, charge, soda, battery, smooth, labor, work, power, graceful, effort. Oof, this is an easy one. We've got labor, work, effort. No. Okay, hold on. No shot. Don't give me one away. Not even close. Not even anything. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking dumb. Stupid. Fuck. Work, labor, effort, sweat, exertion. Okay. Power, graceful, smooth, charge. No. Wait, cars? Things that go in cars? Like something fluid? Battery? No, fuck. Oh, you can charge something, you can power something, you can juice something. Wait, does it have any juice left? Does it have any power? Does it have any battery? Charge? Wait, did we do this? Oh, okay, based. What the fuck? Fluid. Oh, it's this. Your movements can be natural. They can be graceful, smooth, fluid. Okay. What is this? Mainstream, burst, soda, and dad. This is going to be real stupid. What pop might mean? Okay. I'll leave you. Have fun. Be careful. Bye. Don't die. Whatever you do, guys, don't die.